Tony, get over here.
Yeah, boss. Yeah,
Where's Elizabeth Croydon?
What do you mean, where's Elizabeth Croydon?
I don't know. She's supposed to be here. We're supposed to talk about her alien abduction and her boyfriend or something.
My God. You think she got abducted again?
That could be.
These aliens are going crazy. First they just were staring at you, then they're poking you, prodding you, sticking things in you. Now they're just snatching you. They're snatching you.
Yeah, I'm getting a little bit worried. They've been snatching up my guests left and right.
Oh my God, Joel, what are we going to do?
It's okay, though, because today we have Micaela Fagan on the show, and the show is going to be all about space.
Oh, I love space shows, and I love Micaela. She's such a smarty pants.
So great.
Super funny.
Yeah, so we're going to have an entirely space show.
We should have a space week, Joel. We should have lunch therapy should be just all about space.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, it can't be all about space because it's a variety show. It has to be about a variety of things.
Well, space contains a great variety of things because it's the entire universe.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. It is true. But sometimes I think it's overwhelming for people. It makes them feel small, or unimportant because there's just, billions and billions of stars and multiple universes and black holes and all that stuff. They get very sad, very depressed, and feel unimportant.
But the thing, Joel, is that they are unimportant.
Yeah, but don't tell them that.
No, but they're also very important. They are important and unimportant at the very same time.
That's beautiful, like, the entire universe in a pea.
Oh my God, you gotta pee, hurry up.
No, I don't have to pee. I was just riffing on Rumi.
Riffing on Rumi? What's that, like wishing on a star?
Well, no, it's some great philosopher. He says, you're not just a drop in the ocean. You are the entire ocean in a single drop.
Whoa, Joel, that's deep.
I know, it's good, isn't it?
Oh my God, I feel like I'm gonna fall right into that deep one. But listen, we're running behind.
Yeah.
We better get this show going.
Yeah. Wait a minute, I think it already started.
It did. Who started the show? I'm here and you're here. What's going on? Something weird's going on, Joel.
I don't know. Somebody started the show without us. Lately I can't tell whether I'm in the show or in my real life. It's just hard. I get mixed up.
Oh, no.
Does that happen to you?
No, it does not. That's very concerning. Everybody's talking about you. You're cracking up, Marshall. You're cracking up.
Do you remember that time when you had the hiccups during the show?
Joel, I never did that.
Changing the backgrounds every time. Just every time you hiccup, there'd be like
Joel,
a different background.
that never happened. I never did that.
It didn't?
No. Oh my God. This is more serious than I imagined.
Wow.
I mean, your wife may be right, Joel. You may be crazy.
We better get this show going because I need some therapy.
I don't think this is going to do it for you.
Can you start the show? Do the intro.
The intro?
Yeah. Hey, Guy Fly, how's your eye?
Oh, it's okay. I mean, it's basically
No.
a socket. It's just a socket. I used to have a...
Oh, I'll do it.
Oh. Grumpy. Grumposaurus.
I'm gonna get myself a modem. 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 All right. Wow. Drama today already. I was streaming out to Facebook and YouTube and Twitch and all that stuff, and then all of a sudden, no YouTube. No YouTube at all. And, that's where most people congregate, so I had to just switch it all up, pull it off the other channels, and just go straight to YouTube, and luckily, here we are, we're up and running. We have Micaela here, thank God. Thank God she's here, because she's going to explain all of space to us today. And but first, we're going to breathe. I'm going to get Micaela on the screen here. That's another me. That's mini me. But let's see if I can bring Micaela on to do some breathing. Micaela.
Oh, Hi. Hey.
Thank God you're here.
I've been breathing this whole time.
You have? Oh my God.
Yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. It's a good strategy, really. I try to breathe 3 times a day. At least. Just deep ones. And then I don't really have to go the rest of the day. I'm preparing for space, I think. I mean, you got to prepare.
Yeah.
There's no oxygen.
You never know when you're going to have to hold your breath
You
or
never
for
know.
how long.
So let's do it. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. Shaking off the YouTube drama today. Just shaking it off. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Let it go. I like the silence. It's silent out here in space. And no one can hear you scream, of course. Today's Space Day, as Boney said. It's very exciting. A little disclaimer. We don't know what we're talking about. Is that right, Micaela? We have no idea what we're talking about. We're just trying to catch up on space, trying to see, there's a lot going on above us and around us that I think a lot of people don't know about. In through the nose, out through the toes. Hold it. Yes, alien in space. No one can hear you scream. All right, let's get on with the show. Dare mighty things. Wow. Okay, so this is official. Welcome to the show, Micaela. Jay Patterson is here. Hi. Great to see you, Jay. She's a comedian, hilarious. Just to introduce Micaela. Micaela is a New York comedian, which I think they're better, right? New York comedians are funnier. Are they funnier?
We think we are.
Okay. They're maybe smarter? Is that what they think they are? Smarter? More insightful?
No, I think we're just definitely more aggressive.
More aggressive. I like that. So you also are, you work for the American Comedy Institute there in New York City. Stephen Rosenfield's outfit. He was on the show. If you look at, the Interview Fridays, you'll see an interview with him. He is a fantastic coach. Great yes. Person. Anyway, what you been up to lately?
Me? Oh, yeah. I didn't know this. This isn't part of the show I prepared for. My recent escapades.
Yeah, what have you been doing?
I have 3 little jobs now. So I've been doing many of, just Zoom hosting, all kinds of stuff.
Nice.
I've been sitting on this ottoman.
Yeah.
And I've been trying to read books.
Whoa, that is something else. I'm impressed by that. Whew. Jack Does Horror is here. Jack Franklin. He's an ACI alumni, American Comedy Institute. Yeah.
Yes, he is. Hello.
That's great. I want to show a little something. It's you being Fran Lebowitz. I'm just going to show a little.
Oh, yeah. I try and be Fran Lebowitz for at least an hour out of every day.
Okay, let's do it. I love Fran Lebowitz. All right, let's check this out.
What's on the bookshelf? Just like the quantity of books. I have no reason to determine that she's not illiterate, so we'll leave that to the end. I'm going to tell you whether or not this person can in fact read. It seems to be like there's like a color coordinating happening. The only thing that I think should be color coordinated are my dress shirts, and it'd go from white to green, okay? You know what I mean? You know? So many books about New York. She's got like 10 books about New York City. It's just the most vibrant city in the world. You need a book to tell you where to go, what to eat? Take a walk. What, are you hungry? Do you want food? You don't need to look it up in a book. There's food right there and right there.
Is that your bookshelf?
There. Are you hungry? What, for a sense of awe and wonder?
Of course.
You know?
There,
this is a pile of New Yorkers that I would expect from someone who just wanted the tote bag. I think it's important when you have a bookshelf that you need to have authors that fundamentally disagree.
The one on the right's the Bible.
She wrote The Age of Innocence while she was lying in bed in the mornings. How do I know this? I was in bed with her. Okay, this one, This one is actually genius, and you want to know why? It's because I wrote it.
Hello, Fran. She's the best.
I love Fran.
There's DVDs peppered in there. DVDs. In a bookcase. Let me explain something to you. If you have to read a book about how to write a screenplay, don't. I don't want to see any more bad movies. 365 Days of Happiness? I haven't had 365 moments of happiness total since 1973. I'm going to write the sequel, and I'm going to call it 365 Days of Despondency. I'm so good at reading, I don't do it anymore. I don't have to do it. If a book's pliable enough, you can roll this up, and I smoke my books.
Nice.
I can absorb information through my brain and through my bronchioles, okay? Well, I wouldn't call her well-read, but, altogether, not illiterate. It's not the worst bookcase I've ever seen. That belonged to American fashion designer Betsy Johnson. This has been Fran Leibowitz, judges you based on your bookcase. Thank you.
All right. That was great.
Thank you.
I love that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
The crowd is going crazy.
Crazy for Fran
They're
Leibowitz.
going crazy. They're going absolutely crazy. All right. So that was fun. That was super fun. You do a lot of characters, huh? You like to do characters.
I try. I do my best. That
Last
was
time
the
you-
first impression I tried out because I thought, yeah, I could look like her. I could look enough like her, so
Do you think you'll do more?
I had to give it a shot. I feel like my time, maybe her time in the limelight has passed, where people would be like, please stop doing Fran, but I want to, so I might just do live shows with Fran or something.
God,
I got to find out who's next, who's going to be hot, you know?
Yeah. Speaking of hot, we got to get on with the show because it's Space Day.
Yeah.
And
Space Day.
I'm kind of
Space
dragging
is
my feet
hot.
a little bit because I'm a little nervous because there's so much space to discuss. I think,
And because we don't know what we're talking about.
and because we don't, we have no clue what we're talking about. But we're gonna try. You know, this is it's a little segment I like to call comedians talking about science. You know, so that's what this is. So, you know, it's like those news comedians where they talk about the news and then they distance themselves from it and say, well, I don't really know what I'm talking about. As soon as somebody calls them out on it, they're like, oh, well, I'm a comedian. So that's what we're doing here. All right, let's start with some facts. This is a video from NASA explaining the Artemis project, which
I've heard of
is...
NASA. I know that.
You've
Yeah.
heard of NASA? If you get confused, it's on your hat. You can just turn around and look at it. All right, here we
that's
go.
right. Okay.
This is Artemis. So I don't know. I'm confused. Why do we want to go to the moon again? I forget.
Why would you not want to go to the
The
moon?
importance of landing
Did we
humans
even
back
go
on the moon
already,
is
or-
we're going back.
We have
in
gone
a
multiple
way that
times.
is totally
We're going
different.
back for a few
We've had
reasons.
almost 60 years of experience.
We want to put a woman on the moon
and we're
because no
taking
one's done
every
that yet.
single ounce of
That is
experience we
actually
have.
Artemis. They're burying the lead. We're going to put a
Taking
woman
that
on the
with our
moon.
international partners.
We're going to have a lunar base. We're going to
With
have
our
a lunar
commercial
space station.
We've been working
And
for
there's
the last
like millions of
year
tons of ice water on the
with
moon that we'd
partners
like
who
to
will help
find
us
ways to
achieve the
cultivate.
next human mission to
Okay,
the moon.
okay. Oh,
Because we know
really?
that this first step to the moon
This is why
will
I
then
think,
lead us to go to
Mars.
Mars.
right?
And we know that the human landing system is one of the first steps to get us there. And so we've been working with Dynetics, Alido's company. We've been working with Blue Origin.
Shuttles always
That's
crash
not
with the
true.
lasers.
Of Draper,
That's
Lockheed
not
Martin,
true.
and Northrop Grumman. In addition, we've also been working with SpaceX.
All right, so there are 3 companies vying for this contract to put a rocket on the moon. There's SpaceX. There's, what is it, Blue Origin, Jeff Bezos' company. And then there's this other one. And it turns out this is actually the announcement video of who won. It's like a contest. So this is the backstory.
Yeah,
from what I
bidding war.
understand, we used to put shuttles. NASA used to put shuttles up in space. And that's how they put satellites up there and things like that. And then they stopped the shuttle program and decided to make it private. And they figure, we'll fund some of these private industries, they'll build the rockets, and then we'll use them basically as subcontractors to put things into space. So this is the first big thing, is going to the moon, and the winner is all three companies competing for the chance to build the first lander. Oh, yeah,
This is a very,
Dynetics
very exciting time for the
is one of the
human landing
companies.
system
I mean, that looks
program.
cool as hell. That looks
super
cool.
cool.
A lot of blood, sweat, and
SpaceX.
tears over this last couple years,
That looks cool
getting
too.
ready for this
Yeah.
moment.
We're really excited to
And then
bring
Blue
you the
Origin.
This one I don't know about. That looks a little
NASA
complicated
is
to
going
me.
to
It does.
continue to finish out the human landing system and take humans back to the moon.
There's the winner.
NASA has chosen SpaceX
Just
to
like that.
return us to the moon. I am so excited to partner with SpaceX in this
mean, that's not phallic at
fantastic
all.
endeavor for the Artemis.
I
suite
see
of
what you mean about the
missions.
woman thing.
So
How it's just all
congratulations to the
women-oriented.
SpaceX team.
Is Artemis? Artemis is like a Greek god or something like that? I don't even think that's a female,
It's a
right?
single
Is it?
stage solution
Artemis?
using their Starship. It provides
It has something to
extensive
do-
volume for the crew with 2 airlocks.
Artemis
and ramble
God
down
is a
mass
goddess.
capability.
It is a female. It's
The
a goddess.
goddess of wild animals, the
Good
hunt.
point.
Included in space
It's like
for pilot
Diana.
transfer
Daughter of
demonstrations.
Zeus. She's the twin
And
sister of
uncrewed
Apollo. That's
as
why they named it
planned.
Artemis. The
Oh,
twin of
okay.
the Apollo program.
All right.
So now that we've selected our partner, and for the next phase going forward, we
This
have to
lady's
make sure
hot.
that the
I think
testing
she's hot.
occurs because we're not going to launch humans until
Okay,
we
so here's
have
this
a
rocket
successful
landing,
test.
and I've seen a
So
lot
we
of these
will be
crash.
working to make sure
It
that,
seems-
Yes,
the
and
design
explode.
and
Would you wanna be on
everything
top
we
of that
have
thing
going
when it's
forward
landing?
so
I don't
far
know.
Is ready to go.
No.
No.
So the
I'd
human
prefer on
landing
top to underneath
system
it, I
is
guess.
going to allow us to be able to.
It's crazy the way it
access
lands.
different
It does
parts
not
of the lunar surface.
seem
But
right.
it also allows us to explore a new
They're working on it.
technology and capabilities that will help us when we are trying to
SpaceX
figure
looks
out
like
our
a-
Foster
next
could
round
play
of
that lady,
technologies
Jack.
to be able to help us land
Totally.
on Mars. Or
Jodie
other
Foster could
planets
play
out there.
all space ladies.
I'd like to
She's
thank
the
the companies for the great work this past year. We've all learned a lot. I'd like to thank the NASA team because you have definitely risen to this challenge.
It is one more step and an exciting group of steps that will get us to a sustainable human landing system to the moon.
All right, wait a minute. It's cool, but the thing that's kind of bugging me about it is, first of all, they were going to maybe choose more than one company. They were maybe going to choose all three of them. So when they announced that, the other companies were kind of like, what? That's not cool. And so now SpaceX is getting, I mean, is it essentially our money? We're paying SpaceX? Is it tax money?
See, this is a great question, and this is where I'm not sure. NASA has an allotted budget, and this is a chunk of NASA is paying SpaceX to build the infrastructure, and they supply the humanity.
Yeah.
And I don't even know if they really monitor what's going on. Like SpaceX has headquarters that deals with the launch and reentry and all that type of stuff. So, but I do think Blue Origin just got a significant bailout from Congress. There's they developed a new contract that Blue Origin could fill. So they're going to get in on it too.
Okay.
Is it our money? I don't know. I think a lot of it is taxpayer money, and that's why people have such problems with it.
Yeah.
And I understand that completely. And that is a good argument to have. Like, is this the time? But it is still preferable to have the private companies in on it because that's their money ultimately. Like, it's not all coming from us. Like, getting contractors is good.
Do you think so? It's sort of, I don't know about this whole privatization thing. SpaceX legitimately is the best for this project. I'm pretty sure they were the first to send a rocket into space and bring it back. Okay, so here's what's going on. Basically, SpaceX, yeah, they've done a ton of missions. Their rockets are called the Falcon and the what is it? The Falcon Heavy, which is just the giant thing that can put giant things in space. But what are they doing exactly right now? They docked with the space station, with the Dragon. The Dragon docked with the International Space Station. They put a car in space. Did you hear about this?
Yeah.
They put a Tesla
Just for fun
in space. And apparently it's orbiting around the sun. And it's got this like astronaut dummy in it. Have you seen this?
No.
I got to find it for you just a sec. It's the craziest thing. I'm like, is this happening? Really? That's the problem with this stuff is it doesn't seem real. You know? It seems
difficult to verify that as well. Like, you can see the International Space Station orbit. Like, if you're outside at the right time, there's an app, it'll tell you when it's there, and you do indeed see it. I can't see a Tesla orbiting around the sun from my backyard, so I don't know if I believe it.
Let me take a look here. Oh, I have no idea where that is. Totally unfounded. I'm going to find it. Tesla in space. I know. If this is happening, you'd think we'd know about it, right? A car driving around the sun? Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Well, when's it going to melt? It's got to melt soon.
Yeah. Well, here it is. I don't know if it'll melt. Let me see. Okay. Well, here's a news report.
Amazing pictures.
Hold on a sec. And this is from 2018.
From space, Elon Musk pulls off an engineering feat. He sent his own kind of rocket man on board a Tesla Roadster into orbit. Elon Musk has outdone himself this time.
But this is much more than a publicity stunt involving just a car in space. Let's start with the science. This afternoon, SpaceX launched the world's most powerful rocket, and it's a major milestone for the company. And this is a live look at what's happening right now in space. That's Elon Musk's own Tesla convertible in orbit. The driver is a mannequin he's calling Starman. But CBS reporter Manuel Boroquez shows us what came down is also making news.
All right, so I guess we cleared that up, right?
27 rocket engines fired at once.
We cleared that up. There is a Tesla in space.
That's
And why
pretty cool.
why don't we know about that?
People don't care. No, really.
that
people
it?
Don't care as much about space stuff going on as I thought they would.
I think people would if they knew about it, but for some reason we don't know. Now we do. Lived in Brownsville,
Now
close to
we do.
SpaceX. Watched the rockets blow over in strong winds and catch fire. It's a cool area to visit. Is that in Florida? It must be in Florida.
She's in Kansas, I think.
I know that they launched their rockets in Florida at Boca Chica. I heard the Tesla was abducted and is no longer orbiting. It was abducted by aliens. Texas.
Oh, Jason, Texas.
Well, I think Blue Origin is also in Texas too. I don't know. These things, we're learning. We're learning as we go here on Lunch Therapy. This is how it goes.
Yeah.
I just
There's
wonder.
too much to know. There's too much.
It is. Okay, so now I want to look at the people, right? So the people that are, I want to take a look at two people, Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, because they're the two kind of giant egos that are kind of fueling this space race, I think, right now. So let's take a look at an early video of Jeff Bezos. Here he is. This is from the 80s.
Hi there, who are you?
I'm Jeff Bezos.
And what is your claim to fame?
I'm the founder of Amazon.com.
Where did you get an idea for
Seems like a nice guy.
Amazon.com?
Well, 3 years ago, I was in New York City working for a quantitative hedge fund when I came across the startling statistic that web usage was growing at 2,300% a year. So I decided I would try and find a business plan that made sense in the context of that growth. And I picked books as the first best product to sell online, which are making a list of like 20 different products that you might be able to sell. And books were great as the first best because books are incredibly unusual in one respect, and that is that there are more items in the book category than there are items in any other category by far. Music is number.
Would you think that this guy was going to be controlling the universe? I mean,
No, only that he would be bald.
That's a definite prediction. Even he cannot overcome the baldness. So
No.
he didn't get the contract, right? He's the richest man probably in the world. He's a centibillionaire. Something like that. A centibillionaire. Is that a real word? Did I make
What does
that up?
that mean? 50 or 500?
100 billion. He's actually, I think he's worth
cent.
like 170 billion, actually.
That's unreal. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
He's worth 170 billion. So he's recently stepping down from Amazon next month. And then what is he going to do? Tell me, Micaela.
Oh, this is all happening? Like he's stepping down from Amazon and then going?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, on July 20th, he and his brother are going to take a 12-minute ride into space, as close to space as they're going to get. It is technically space, but he won't be up there doing any science. He'll just be looking out the window.
Oh. Now, does he fly
but
it?
that's pretty cool.
Is he steering?
No
the
way.
ship? No.
No.
Okay. And he's bringing with him
Yeah, his brother, and
His
then
brother.
the winner of a very, very expensive auction that went off for that third seat.
Yeah.
And we don't know who that person's going to be.
$28 million for a seat on that 12-minute ride. They auctioned it off just the other day, apparently, last week. So, yeah, so they're going to go up into space. I hope they survive. It's 62 miles up in the sky is when you start hitting space. So that's what they're going to do.
Yeah, this goes about 10 times the height of a jet, of like a commercial jet, 10 times higher.
Wow.
So they're going up there.
You got to wonder, like, what the conversation's going to be like. Are they going to be like, oh, are they going to be like when you're on a roller coaster and you're like, the whole time? Or will they be casually chatting and having tea?
Oh, definitely not the third one, but I do think this will be, I'm predicting a lot of coverage both inside and outside of this capsule, and I imagine they will be being recorded, so that may play into how they react.
Oh, yeah.
And we may get some wonderful, embarrassing quotes. I'm hoping to get like one curse word slipped. I'm hoping to get, maybe we'll get lucky and they'll say something bad and then we can like jump on them for that. No, maybe
Kamala thinks that they're going to
something's
send
gonna
doubles. What do you think? Do you think it's possible? Is that a conspiracy theory? They'll send doubles? I don't think so.
Interesting thought.
It's his
I think
lifelong
they want to go.
dream. Yeah.
Yeah, I think they want to do this. I think they're just crazy enough to risk it all.
All right. So
I kind
now,
of appreciate using themselves as the guinea pig. I do
like it.
appreciate that. If it's like, yeah.
I like it. I think it's cool. So then there's another guy. This guy. Jesus. So that's Elon Musk with not a flamethrower. That's called not a flamethrower. Have you heard the story behind that?
No.
It's crazy, I'll tell you. So the story is he has a company called The Boring Company. I don't know if you've heard of that, but The Boring Company is a company. Okay, so he's stuck in traffic one day in Los Angeles, and he says, you know what, this is ridiculous how we're all stuck in traffic. I think we should build tunnels below the streets, below the city, and because there's so much depth, we could have different levels of tunnels, and your car could just go in there and just shoot wherever underground super fast, like 200 miles an hour or something. So because he's Elon Musk, he said, I'm going to do this. So he made a company called, and it's called the Boring Company. And they actually made a borer. It's like a big machine that makes a tunnel. And it actually, as it goes along, it can take the mud and everything and turn it into bricks for creating other things. So, yeah, it's insane. And the reason he has the flamethrower here, or not a flamethrower, is because on their website, they decided they'd sell products. And they sold hats. And first he sold hats, and it just said the Boring Company, and they were quite boring hats. And he sold out of them, just completely sold out of them super fast. And then they said, well, what else are we going to sell? What are we going to sell next? And he was inspired by the movie Spaceballs. Have you ever seen Spaceballs? Yeah.
Of course.
So he's inspired by Spaceballs. This is the guy that's running our interplanetary transport system. Inspired by Spaceballs. So in Spaceballs, they had a gift shop. And in there, they sold a flamethrower. So he decided to sell that on the website. Sold out, of course. And he called it not a flamethrower. I don't know. This is the person.
He's got a sense of humor, this guy.
He does.
We have to appreciate this.
Did you see him
I think that's pretty
on Saturday Night Live?
I could not watch all of it, but I saw some of it, yeah.
He was pretty good. I mean, it was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I like him, but I feel like, do you feel like these people are reckless?
People who would buy a flamethrower on the internet, or you mean Elon and Jeff?
People that would sell a flamethrower.
Yes. Yes.
So the Boring Company actually made a tunnel. Somebody got a client. It's in Las Vegas. This is the tunnel.
Wow.
I know. This is actually them driving through the tunnel.
Wow.
Just in case you thought that was made up, it's an actual thing. The Boring Company. They have a website. You can actually contract them if you want to get some tunnels built. And
that looks so fun.
This might be the future of travel. I don't know. Yeah, it looks like
he is innovative. Like he really does have out of the box ideas, and he really does. He has follow through like I've never seen before in my lifetime. So
it's incredible, really.
Good for him.
Yeah, I think that sometimes it seems like it's haphazard and dangerous. But the thing is, like you say, that's like the people who settled the West back in the day when we moved, manifest destiny across the United States. People got in those covered wagons, and it was super dangerous.
Super dangerous and crazy to just think like, I think especially gold rush people where it's like, well, let me see if there's gold in the mountain, it was just nuts. And he has a similar level of ambition without so much of the personal risk, I think. Like, he has so much money, like, he can afford to take these risks. The people back then, I think, were, much, maybe even braver because their whole life could be over if it didn't work out. He's going to be just fine. But he takes risks like that, and it's paid off in a lot of cases.
I think he should go up in the ship, though, like Bezos. Don't you?
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't. I mean, he's had more of an opportunity. There's been 2 crews that have launched on SpaceX Dragon, and they're safe and they're fine. So that one, he's too late. He can't be the first. We already sent people up to do that.
Now, this is the only other thing that's really odd to me is the major plan of all of this is going to Mars and populating Mars. And I watched Elon Musk talk about this. He was standing outside one of his giant Falcon rockets or Starship. Maybe it was the Starship. And he said, okay, the Earth is about 4.5 billion years old. It took us all this time, 4.5 billion years or so, to develop humans with what we call consciousness. So he says, we maybe have like 300 million years left on this planet the way things are going here. I think that's probably I don't know, pretty generous. And he says, we've got to preserve this consciousness that we have created that took 4.5 billion years. And he said, I don't think he doesn't think there are aliens that have contacted the Earth. He says that if there were, he says he's pretty sure we would know about it, or we as the public would know about it, which is often contradicted by people. But he says since he believes that's true, he thinks that we better preserve this consciousness. And so he believes that we should start populating other planets in what he calls being an interplanetary species. Is that sane or is that crazy?
I guess it depends in the span of time that you think about. If we think about that in the context of like 2021, like this year saying that, it sounds crazy. But if you think about the 4.5 billion years of Earth's existence and then hopefully the next 300 million years, that might be the only sane idea anyone's ever had. So I think it's just the span of time. I think he's definitely very forward thinking, future thinking. It doesn't seem applicable right now, but I bet in a few million years, we're going to want to be on many planets because this one's going to really suck.
But isn't it going to suck because we're screwing it up? Shouldn't we be focusing on this?
Yes, but see, this is tough. I don't want to say something wrong. I don't know. I'm not
I don't think you can say anything wrong on this show.
I'm not a scientist, but I think with the speed that our population continues to increase and just the resources on Earth, I think we're past the point of no return. I think it's too late. We can keep it as good as we can, and we can definitely do more to reverse the processes that we've already started that have been harming the planet. But eventually we're gonna run out of stuff, and that's not any fault of the individual. That's just like humanity on a planet. Like we will ultimately destroy it one day, no matter how hard we try, I think. So we are going to have to move on.
So he thinks
if we're smart enough to.
He thinks we're going to be sending people to Mars like in, I think, 2030 or so, somewhere around in that decade, which is pretty soon. He thinks that well, soon. Maybe I'm exaggerating. I might be exaggerating. He tends to make these statements and then keep pushing them back. But he says that it's probably going to cost about $200,000 in the beginning to move to Mars. But, they're going to have to figure out ways to make oxygen up there.
Yes.
And right now it seems like, I don't know if I want to be stranded up on Mars trying to make oxygen. We, of course, put the rover on Mars, which I'm going to show you this. This is Mars. This is the little helicopter there, which is super cool. Oh, there's the helicopter that we put on Mars.
That is so cool.
Yeah, it's so cool. And we also had a thing up there called MOXIE. Have you heard of this? This is the thing called MOXIE. Have. So that is the thing that was placed on Mars with the Perseverance and was able to make oxygen on Mars. I mean, maybe not a lot. Here's what it looks like on the inside. Jack Does Horror wants to be the first comedian on Mars. And there's a lot going on there. But anyway, they're learning how to make oxygen on Mars. And that's how I suppose we'll survive.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Here we go. Contest. Yay! Oh, I've got the wrong thing up, but hold on a sec. We got the contest. It's called Spaceships. That's how we're going to end the show. This has been a very difficult show. My brain hurts from trying to talk about space.
Yeah, we've just been having some real talk here.
Wow, it is a rough one. I think that now we're going to just expand our minds a little bit and relax and enjoy just a terrific game that has been manufactured for this show. And we got some music, and we're going to just calm down. We're going to take a breath. We don't have to worry about knowing things, but the chat room can join in, see if they can guess it before you can guess it. But you're really,
chat room, please phone a friend, help me.
Kind of a master at this. Okay, so here's the first one. This is a spaceship, and I'd like to know what it's called.
Sure, this is the Hubble Space Telescope.
Oh my God, yes.
It's about the size of a London bus, just so you know.
It's apparently 31 years old this year.
Yep.
31 years old. All right.
Oh, that is the International Space Station.
See, you're getting more than you think.
Okay, yeah, I was nervous.
Space
This is
Station.
good.
This
That's
is
the
fine.
International Space Station.
Let's see if the chat room is getting. Oh my God, the chat room is just on fire. It looks like Scottsdale. Oh, I lost it. I totally lost it. Yeah, I don't know if I can put chats on the screen. I don't know. This is weird. Hold on a second. Okay, what's this one?
Oh, that is Sputnik.
That is Sputnik. I was doing this fancy thing with my quiz today, and I have now completely ruined it. Just let me fix it. Always when I try to do something fancy is when things go incredibly wrong. All right, I think I'm back now. I'm back. Yes, that is Sputnik. Sputnik is the first satellite? Is that possibly what it is?
Yes.
Put up there by Russia? Okay.
And it beeped.
And it beeped. Did it beep?
That's all it did.
All right. This.
Okay. Well, that is the Starship. That'll be our moon lander.
That's our moon lander. That's the one that they're going to put up there. Jay says she learned a lot. So there. We don't have to be completely down on ourselves for not knowing everything. Whoa, caffeine needed. Mars is the new Arizona.
I know, I gotta...
So informative. This has been incredibly informative, right? We're getting ourselves back in gear. Micaela, you're space smart. Yeah, you are. Okay, so that is the that is it. That is the SpaceX lunar lander.
Be neat.
Yeah, so you've gotten like 100% so far. So I don't know. I'm not sure.
Okay, cool.
How about this one?
Oh, that's a space shuttle. Which one? I don't know. It's definitely not the Challenger. It's probably Discovery.
Let's see. Endeavor.
Endeavor.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. Okay, that's pretty close. Pretty close. That's the one I think at the California
That one
Science
is at
California?
Oh, I'm trying to think which one. There's one aboard the Intrepid here in New York City.
Oh, really? You've got one too?
It might be Enterprise.
Everybody's got a space shuttle these days.
Yeah, everyone's got a space shuttle.
Endeavor. Howard got it. We're moving along kind of fast because it's the end of the show. This is a fictional spaceship.
That's the Millennium Falcon.
Oh my God. You're like a ringer on this thing. Okay, let's see the next one.
That one's not real. Okay, that is... That's what's taking us to the moon. That's the newest rocket. It's very powerful.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know what it's called.
That's the one that's taking us to the moon. On the top there's a little capsule. It's a SpaceX one, and it is called the SpaceX Falcon 9. Yeah. Jose got the Millennium Falcon. We're moving so fast, the chat room will never be able to catch up to us. Okay, this has got a little... Do you know what this is?
That looks like a timeline of the Mars rovers.
Yeah, so on the Perseverance, which is on Mars currently, there's a little panel that has a family portrait. And this is a family portrait of all the Mars landers. And I mean, it's kind of hard to name them all, of course, but we don't have to because it says right here. It is the Sojourner, the Spirit, the Opportunity, the Curiosity, the Perseverance, and then the tiny little plane the tiny little helicopter, the Ingenuity. All right, that was a tough one. Okay, this. Do you know what this is?
I do not know what that is.
Okay, so there were 3 companies vying to land the lander on put on the moon. And one of them was Blue Origin, and this was their prototype for the. I'm losing my voice. This was their prototype for the lander, and it was called Blue Moon. Blue Moon, and you'll see it's got a name on it. I covered it up.
That does look cool.
It's cool, but in the rivalry that has appeared between the two multi-centibillionaires, they got in a little Twitter war. And Elon Musk tweeted this picture where he covered the name Moon and called it Blue Balls.
See, this guy's funny.
He's
this
funny.
guy's funny.
He's definitely funny. It's weird though because like I don't know. What happens if something blows up or something goes terribly wrong? I mean, he's been quite fortunate so far. And maybe his Tesla car killed somebody. But, will the comedy hold up?
I think a lot of things have blown up. It's just
but not
when
people.
There's not the human element to it, we don't hear about it, I think. Like, everything has been very tested. They've sent these things up dozens of times. It's just as soon as they put people in it, then we're watching.
Yeah.
Then we care.
So, yeah, people are taking teams now. I'm Team Musk, but I'm still going to use Amazon. Yeah, I don't think we have any choice on that. Okay, this one.
Is this fake as well, or
this is fake?
Help me. Help
We
me,
need a chat room.
Star Wars?
Chat room.
Is it Star Wars?
This is the Starship Enterprise from the 1960s series. Yeah, Star Trek. But it's like the original one. And it may be a model.
Okay.
Jack was helping you out here with the lifeline.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you, Jack.
Enterprise.
And this, something we did not talk about.
Oh, yeah. Virgin. This is like it's like a space plane. It's not going to do anything insane.
Right,
well, it's pretty
space plane.
insane, but it's just going to fly very, very high, right? Launch like
so
a rocket,
this
land
flies,
like a plane.
I think it has already flown into outer space. It goes up, there's like a couple of other parts to it when it flies up there, and then this thing fires off, and then they fly up into the air, and it's Richard Branson's Virgin Galactic. It's another multi-billionaire person, probably. It's called the VSS Imagine.
That's pretty cool.
It's probably the most beautiful ship that I've seen, and the video is just extremely moving. Kamala says, "Show that video." I don't know. I don't know if I have time for it, but okay. Let me see if I can.
It does look like a speedboat. It's like a speedboat.
Yeah, it's beautiful. Let me just see if I can show that video because it is elegant and beautiful. Here we go. Hold on. So here it is, and don't think I can play the music because it's like David Bowie or something, but maybe I'll try.
Full of wise words. He would often remind me that life is wonderful, and it is that simple truth which has driven me as I built businesses, raised my family, and embarked upon my many adventures. You are at the very start of life. It is an incredible gift, and it is there for the taking. It will deliver highs and lows, but by living it to the full, by always trying to do the right thing, by keeping a childlike sense of adventure, it will indeed be wonderful.
If these
I
people
used to
paid
think
more
of space
taxes,
as a
I'd like them so
destination,
much more.
but
Like
I now
I'd
realize
be
it's a
so
journey
into them.
with some amazing
If they
milestones
paid a
along
crap
the
ton
way.
in taxes.
I know.
Your lives will be transformed by
So,
space.
I'm going to turn off the music and the dialogue because I'll get busted. But I want to show you. This is it. See, it drops off.
Oh, that's cool.
And it takes off mid-flight like a rocket.
Yeah.
Life is so wonderful.
Oh, that's sick.
Isn't it gorgeous? Yeah. Look at that kid. Camel is like, fuck this guy. You were the one who wanted to see this thing. Yeah, isn't it incredible? I love the way they put cameras on the sides of these things too when they go. Yeah. And let me just see. There he's crying. See, look at it. It's gorgeous.
Wow.
That's it up in space.
Oh, look at all the planes on like the
Yeah.
spine of it.
Right. They're really into that. That's just like the other thing that we saw. Yeah.
Yes, the whole space thing is very nostalgic and sentimental. I really like that about it.
Yeah, but they named where the Ingenuity flew, they named it Wright Brothers plane or something. I don't know. They named the area after the Wright brothers. I thought they'd call it Kitty Hawk or something. There they are in the cockpit. Anyway, back to our contest.
Wow, that's space.
Isn't that beautiful? It's crazy.
It's amazing.
All right, I got to finish up the contest because we got to get out of here. But
there's more. Oh my god.
There's just a few more.
I'll do my best.
I wanted you to tell me what this is.
I don't know.
You don't know? I'm surprised.
No.
Thought for sure you'd know this one. This is the parachute.
Like a compass of some type.
When the Perseverance landed, it had a parachute. And this is something we say on the show all the time. The parachute, in some kind of weird binary code, the parachute says, "Dare mighty things." And they didn't tell anybody this. In fact, in the animations, they showed a parachute, but it didn't have this pattern on it. So they just allowed the internet hive mind to figure it out. And of course, people were like, what is that? And there it is. That's how it's spelled out, "Dare mighty things."
That's beautiful.
There you
I
go.
have chills. Ah, it's so cool.
So we'll end it on that. We're going to have a dance break. Thanks for being on the show, Micaela. Thank you for joining me
Thanks for having me.
in flaunting our ignorance about space. It's been super fun. But I think, we've got some information out, and I think we learned some stuff. Let me find out what that crazy noise is. There's a crazy noise going on. Whew, that was scary. All right, here we go. Dance break. This is Fernando Ufret. He's singing a song. Last week, we had a guitar from Cheap Trick. You know the band Cheap Trick? Have you ever heard of them? A lot of us couldn't name a song. We were like, I don't know, Cheap Trick song. Micaela wasn't ignorant. Speak for your own ignorance.
Oh, wow, thank you. No, I try and back up what I'm saying.
She actually
with
did
facts,
quite well. I was just being
I skimmed the
self-deprecating for
surface.
both of us. All right, dance break time. Here we go. Okay, here he is. This is Cheap Trick. I Want You to Want Me. This guy Fernando is real cool.
I want you to want me. I need you to need me. I love you to love me.
This is a famous song,
I'm
right?
begging you to beg me. I want you to want me. I need you to need me. I love you to love me. Shine up old brown shoes, put on a brand new shirt, get home early from work. If you say that you love me, didn't I see you crying? Oh, didn't I see you crying? Feeling all alone without a friend, you know you feel like dying. Oh, didn't I see you crying? I want you to want me. I need
Yeah, he's got the Harry Potter.
you to need me. I love
everybody for joining us today to talk about space. Thanks, Micaela. See everybody on Friday for more lunch there.